Hey, good morning. It's Sunday, July 9th. And I've made a couple videos that I have not released yet. And I guess, when you take a look at things, you start to think, wow, am I being really insensitive about what I say or the way I say it? So I'm going to try and make this one a little bit more cushy, a little bit more acceptable. But I want to talk to you all about pain first. I see a lot of posts about pain and the pain that people are going through with cancer, and sometimes people are ready to give up because of the pain. They're not used to it or what have you. It's just immobilizing for them. And I guess from my perspective, please understand my perspective, is that in the bodybuilding world, you lift and you train almost every day. You train sometimes very heavy, and then a day or two or three even after you train, you're in pain. Your muscles are sore. You kind of, if you train 6 days a week, you're almost always sore. Something's always hurting. So the pain, when people say that, oh, the pain is so bad I can't stand it, or I just want to give up or whatever because of the pain, I understand your perspective. If you're not used to living with pain, then when pain occurs in your life and you're faced with it, you're kind of like, what is this? Why is this affecting me? And I just want to be able to take enough Tylenol for it to go away or whatever. I get that. But from my perspective, I feel like, there's the adage, that which doesn't kill us makes us stronger. And I encourage everybody to go through that pain and to look at that pain as a way that you're going to make yourself better. Use the pain and use the experience of pain to become a tougher human being. And again, I'm not saying this to make anybody angry with me, or I certainly don't want to offend anyone. But in the bodybuilding world, if a day or two or three after your workout you're not having soreness and you're not having that pain associated with the workout, then you did something wrong. You're just didn't push yourself to the limit that you're capable of pushing yourself to. So there's that. The other thing is recovery time. Those of us faced with cancer, and in my case prostate cancer, I'm going through a couple different types, or have gone through a couple different types of chemo to arrest the cancer. And the first type of chemo I went through to arrest the cancer, of course, was the androgen deprivation therapy, which is the opposite of TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. So prior to this whole thing, I was on TRT because I had low T, and I took testosterone to help me build more muscle and remain stronger, and better bone density, better immunity, better everything. You just have a better quality of life when your testosterone is where it belongs. Your levels are where they belong. So that's initially why I began TRT. But now you go into prostate cancer, and the doctors want to knock down that testosterone and take it away, because there is a feeling in the medical community that testosterone feeds the prostate cancer. So you take away the food, you take away the testosterone, and the prostate cancer kind of slowly drifts back, goes away, and becomes arrested. All right, it doesn't completely go away, but it becomes arrested. So if you're still working out as I am while you're on androgen deprivation therapy called ADT, if you're still working out, not only do you not feel like working out as strong or as vigorously as you're used to, but if you try to work out as vigorously as you used to, you try to pull the same weights, you try to do the same sets and the same reps, and you do your best to hang in there like that, what you're faced with is an increased recovery time. I'm starting to stutter. An increased recovery time, because you don't have the testosterone in your system to rebuild the muscle. If you continue to work out hard, every muscle group at the same level, you're going to find decreasing returns. Okay, so what I've found is that when I was on TRT, even at 60 years old, I was able to build muscle, look great, feel great, even compete at a national level. However, because my body was able to recover. However, now being on ADT, I'm trying to work out not as hard, but yes, as often, just to maintain. I'm fighting to maintain my muscle mass, and it's been very, very difficult. So people that see me say, wow, they don't really usually say this, but they say, wow, your muscle in your arms has decreased, your muscle in your chest has decreased, or wow, your legs aren't what they used to be. Well, of course not, because the testosterone is gone. I feel fortunate that I'm actually able to work out 4 or 5 times a week and maintain muscle mass, as opposed to increasing muscle mass and work out 6 times a week. So we have to realize this. If we're on ADT, yes, we've got to exercise, but I really, really suggest you cut back on the frequency, and you cut back on the heavier weights. The heavier weights also, because the actual chemo that I received actually hurts your bone density. You see, with the decreased testosterone, you're going to have bone density issues, perhaps. You're going to have certainly muscle loss issues, and you're going to have immune response issues. All right. So my oncologists happen to be very thoughtful and very mindful of all this, because I'm getting treatment to help make that not happen. I'm getting treatment to increase my bone density. I'm getting treatment to help my immune response. The only thing they can't do is make my testosterone go up, but with a little bit of time, I think I'm going to be able to convince my oncologist that low testosterone can be just as dangerous to a man health-wise in their overall health, as is the threat of prostate cancer returning. And it's a really important issue that we all have to be mindful of. All right, sorry for the long video, but here we go. I'm almost home, and I got to do some work out in the yard. But have a great weekend, what's left of it, and I'll see you later this week.